All right, we're live. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dave. This is double hook angling, of course. And last week, I guess I was told we were having mic problems. So hopefully, we're not having any mic issues now. So I'm gonna jump up here and listen real quick. Nope, they won't let me up there. Um, so does the mic sound okay, or is it messed up? See if I can get it. Yeah, it sounds all right to me. Oh nope, there was a crackle. I do not know what's going on with this mic. I think it's some of the noise canceling stuff in it. All right. So if we have a problem with the mic, y'all just say something in chat, and I'll try to keep an eye on it. And I'll talk a little louder. Maybe it was me talking quiet that you know was making it have issues. But happy Halloween, y'all! It is Halloween, so we might as well just to get the pie in here. We're gonna do a giveaway today. This will be the last giveaway until Christmas. So I did a giveaway every week this month. Uh, the giveaway today is going to be a rod holder. So if you don't know, double hook angling rod holders. So it won't be this one. This one's spoken for. It's just been sitting here waiting for them to come and get it. So it'll be a while probably. It's really driving me nuts that that mic was going in and out last time. So we'll see how it acts today. I'll just, like I said, I'll keep my voice up a little bit. It might be the noise canceling stuff in this mic that's causing the problem. Of course, Gregory and is at the thrift store seeing what he can find, and they went down there this morning like a half an hour early, and it's only 36 degrees outside, so he's gonna be a little chilly. So does the mic sound like it's cutting in and out, y'all, or not? Nobody wants to tell me if the mic's good or not, I guess. Hear me loud and clear. All right, thanks, folks. Wolves Den. I looked at the one above you. Thanks, Wolves Den. Appreciate it. More. And let's go back and say good morning to everybody. We got Wolves Den, Oak Slope, Smoky Mountain, Dog and I, Thump, Downtown Ernie Brown. Good morning, everybody. Gilman, and Rustic. So good morning, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well today. Naomi had her biopsy on Monday. Still haven't got the results back, even though they said it would be Wednesday or Thursday. So Naomi's kind of stressing. I'm kind of stressing. So continue to pray for her on that. They got the report back from the last scan, and it says that she has dense masses and needs to basically have some stuff done. Well, the biopsy was done before that letter, that I guess they kind of crossed in the mail type thing. So, or at least that's what we're hoping it meant. There's Chad. Oh. Good morning to you, sir. He's real big into the Halloween stuff. So. Sit down. Ellie, go lay down. Go lay down. No. Leave it up to Brittany to want to be outside in 30. What is it? 38, 37-degree weather. Okay, so I just got a message from David Wade. So I guess we'll have 2 giveaways today. David Wade is he has the Sunflower State Crappie Club, which is used to be like Midwest Crappie, or I can't even remember right now. I'm having a brain fart, but he wants to. So in other words, the Sunflower State Crappie Club of Kansas would like to donate a dozen of my hair tie jigs on my live today. So that's awesome. We we'll get a dozen of those um, for a giveaway as well. So I guess we'll have 2 giveaways today. We'll have the Halloween giveaway of the rod holder and a dozen jigs, and then we'll have another dozen jigs. I've been tying lately, tying. So if you don't follow me on Facebook, follow Double Hook Angling business page on Facebook, or follow me, David Lemon, Lemen, on Facebook. And I'm easy to find. I think everybody in here pretty much has me on Facebook. But I guess I need a jig out before I start stacking feathers. There's Tim. Good morning, catfish dog. I'm throwing them on the floor. I probably dented that head. Sure enough, put a dent in that head. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's just the way the light was reflecting off of that gray. Problem is, I got hardwood floors, and when you drop a jig from that height, sometimes it does do stuff. I think that's just the way I filed it. All right. We'll set that aside, and I'll tie that one up for me, just in case. I time for myself where if I get some drippy heads, what I call cone heads, I'll tie them up and put them in my box and write them off as a material loss. So, like, I'll show you a drippy head, a cone head. I actually kind of like them. See, there's a cone head right there. I mean, it gives a different profile to the it. They cut through the water easier, maybe. I don't know. Oh, Buck, how you doing, Buck? Appreciate that. Yeah, everybody hit the thumbs up button, share me out. Let's get some people in here. We'll do a giveaway after a little bit. I got a I think what we're gonna do for the rest of the year until Christmas time is I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing StreamYard or not. I don't know if StreamYard's been the problem with the mic or what, but I think for the rest of the year, everybody keeps wanting me to go back to my phone. So we might just do the whole TikTok mode on my phone. It seems to get more views. They don't stay in for very long usually. It's like the last one I did, we got a few hundred views, but it was like the average stay time was only like a minute or two. Now, with that being said, you also get a lot of them scammers on TikTok mode, but the picture's clear with my phone and instead of this, cheap camera and stuff. I would like to get a whole, professional camera setup and mic and stuff. And um, we're in the works of some changes for this next year, anyways. So just bear with me, and we'll get there. Next week we'll just try TikTok mode on instead of using StreamYard. We'll just use good YouTube Live, on my phone, and I'll get it set up where it looks better and stuff, and we'll see how we go from there. Tina Carruthers, welcome in. But yeah, so we'll try some TikTok mode stuff for a while with the Samsung, and we'll see how that goes over. And I'll have to rely more on some of you to catch some of the spammers. You know how them people are; they want to get on here and talk some naughty stuff or do some cursing or be a troll, and we just have to bump them out. So this is a just a little silver shiner minnow type thing. David Wade actually gave it a name, and now I forgot to. I don't know. I just can't remember nothing anymore. That whole beta blocker stuff, man, it just got me going. But I need to take that medicine to keep my heart strong, so I don't want to die again. Don't want to have a heart attack. I want to stay healthy. Gray Ghost. So, in other words, he's watching in the background. That's it. Gray Ghost. So we're calling this one Gray Ghost. That's the name of it. Gray Ghost. So anyways, I appreciate all y'all being in here. Y'all are awesome. If you don't follow the Sunflower State Crappie Club on Facebook, please do so. There's some big things coming in 2026 with that club, and it is a crappie club. So you know, I I'm going to go to Wichita today. I'm going to since you're on here, David. I hope you can text me and tell me if you're at work today or not. But I'm planning on going over there. He is advertised that Bass Pro Shop has got B&M rods, and I think I'm going to go ahead and I've been trying to find another rod, another crappie rod that I like, and since he's been hollering about that, I kind of been looking at it. So we're going to. I might just pick me one up today. I think they also at Bass Pro Shop they've got Santa Claus there starting tomorrow, I believe. So if y'all are in the Wichita area, go get signed up, take your kids, your grandkids, all that over there, and get some pictures with Santa. These feathers anymore. This pack of feathers is okay, but when you get down to the end of them, I just don't like. So, well, with that being said, let's just go ahead and well, I'm going to finish tying this or these feathers in here real quick, and then I'll bring up the giveaway tool, and we will we'll do that giveaway on a pack of jigs, on a dozen, anyways. I shouldn't say a pack because a pack's only three. But we'll do a get the giveaway on a dozen jigs here. Let me pop up another tab. I'm kind of behind. I wasn't ready for. You know me. I'm slacking. Slacking today. Slacking. Slacking. It's kind of cold in this house, Naomi. Maybe we might need to. We haven't turned our furnace on yet. We just, you know, do some oven cooking in the evening for dinner, and get the house up to about 75. And I'm sure it feels like it's only about 68 or 70 in here right now. Let's do hashtag. If I can spell. All right. Let me get back over to my main screen. Yeah, the only thing, the main reason why I do use StreamYard is because it does have the giveaway tool and all that. It makes it easier. Um, let me. I guess it would help if I shared the screen so we don't have a black shadow, huh? That's what I said. I just, I'm behind. All right. Now let's see what that did. Okay, there we go. Get your hashtags in. This is for a dozen jigs. We'll do the rod holder and the jigs giveaway at and look, it's 65. Oh, it's cooler than I thought. So it's 65 degrees in my house. No wonder Naomi had a blanket on her lap this morning. My fingers are kind of cool, and my nose is cold. All right. Yeah, during the winter we usually keep it at about 68 or 70, depending on the day outside and if the wind's blowing or not. But our house has, red clay cinder blocks. It was built in 1920, so the blocks were poured or fired and all that here at the brick factory that we had here in Kingman, and then we have the interior studded walls that are insulated as well. So we have I mean, basically foot thick walls. We only have 6 windows in the house too, so it holds the heat and the cool pretty well. Our bills aren't too bad, but we also have a new furnace and AC a couple years ago. That one probably could have used another wrap up around the head. Yeah, it's all right. Sometimes when you roll that chenille around, it just doesn't want to get in its spot. So, hey, there's LG. Old Tom, how you doing, sir? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We have 12 of these tied up already. Those are that's what I wanted to tie up is for somebody. So, all right, let's throw that in there. Yeah, this colder weather means crappie are going to start schooling up, and maybe hitting some trees, and or at least getting in schools and start being more concentrated. We went out this last week with my youngest son and Gregory, and we did pretty good. Now, Timothy, he usually doesn't catch as many crappie as Gregory and I, but this last time he was the one that figured out the pattern, and we started copying him. So they they were he had caught like three crappie before we even caught one, and what it was we were using beetle spinner blades, casting out as far as we could. Ooh, I did not like the way that laid. We were casting out as far as we could. We'd let it sink almost all the way to the bottom or to the bottom, and then pop it and reel in the slack. Then let it settle, pop it, reel in the slack. Let it set, pop it, reel in the slack. We were doing that, and that's what we were doing to get them to bite. But we were catching them 50 to 80 feet out, and in that area we were fishing at, that would have been about 8, 9 foot deep. Of course, that lake is probably only 11, 12 foot deep in its deepest spot, where the creek runs through there, the old creek bed. Just a 22-acre lake, but it had some big crappies, and Timothy caught a 2 pounder. So it was pretty nice. That thing was thicker than a 2x4. The fish was probably an inch and 3/4, 2 inches thick. It's kind of hard, to measure the thickness of a fish. Put a couple over that hook shank. Hook shank is showing on the bottom. Just to hide that metal. All right. Like that. Yeah. Sometimes these tips on these feathers are so pointy that it makes it look a little funny. So you just get rid of it. Flash. There's old Rod. Hey, Rod, one of our Wichita fellas. Hopefully that, I got it on a lower volume, and so I can hear and make sure that we're not cutting in and out. But I don't want the mic to pick it up. Chrissy. Yeah, Ernie, how's your wrist doing? You doing all right with that? Trying to look at chat as well. All right. Hopefully y'all get your hashtags in there. We're gonna go ahead and get this one done here in just a second. We've had it up there for over 5 minutes now. I can't see how many it says we have in there. The print's too small. So y'all get your hashtags in there for a dozen jig giveaway. Yeah, I don't know. StreamYard's been goofy lately. YouTube's been goofy as well. I don't know why they're all showing up that way. Oh, right on. Ernie said that a little bit more time in the brace. Right on. Hunting season's upon us for sure. My son's been talking about uh, going out. This bird season starts too. He hasn't got a deer yet, but he did get us a hog. So I've got a hog in the refrigerator out there that we're gonna smoke up today. We're just gonna do a back strap. It's only take a couple hours. All right. As soon as I get these feathers on there, we're gonna draw that to see who wins the dozen jigs. Yeah. I spend probably half my time trying, unwrapping these things to get them to where I like them. I just want that, I want them all to be the same in appearance or close. Anyways, that still seems like that's a little long. I'm gonna spend more time unwinding this one than tying it. I'm not trying to get perfection. I'm just trying to get a little equal. Or what would you how would you say that equilibrium between the two or equality between the two? See that feather looked awful. It's what you got to deal with when you got when you buy feathers and stuff. Sometimes they look good, sometimes they don't. I'm maybe I'm too picky or whatever, but I just don't like them. All right, get this bulked out here a little bit. Come on, grab it. Some of them also want to like really stick out, which is fine. I mean, not all the minnows look the same that them fish are eating. They just got to be close. I think that color plays a part in it somewhat, but I think for the most part, it's the reaction of the fish. You know, sometimes when you drop them straight on their head, they don't like it. So if I'm going to drop it, I'll drop it out a little bit and then I'll pull it in. And, I think there's just certain ways of fishing for crappie. And since we shore fish mostly, because the boat just kills my back, and yes, it's still for sale. I've dropped it down to even more. So, but if the or I'd even probably trade it for a couple outfitted kayaks, or at least a good outfitted kayak. But when we're on the boat, we're moving, except for when we're spot locked, and we still have had we're having trouble finding the crappie. But we've only been out on the boat, you know, a dozen times or half a dozen. I don't even know how many times now, but the boat just is too much for my back. With all them wake runners and everything and the waves and stuff, I just can't deal with that rocking. So, but on a kayak, see, there you go. On a kayak, it's way easier on my back. I can adjust better, I guess. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna pull that. So hopefully y'all got your hashtags in. I see everybody kind of does. So let's go back over to there. And we're going to draw. We got 15 people in there. Good luck, everybody. We're going to do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like I said, good luck. Here we go. Let's see who wins this. This one's sponsored by uh, the Sunflower State Crappie Club. I keep wanting to put my phone over there. Who won it? Castaway Crew 4D. There you go. can't even see that one. That's Joshua. So Joshua won last week as well, I believe, or the week before. I can't keep them straight anymore. But congratulations, Joshua. You get a dozen jigs again. We'll get them out to you. And let me go back up. Get rid of that for a second, and we'll wait a few minutes, and then we'll throw up the other again. I had to make it bigger so I can read the sticker. I don't know why it's doing everybody's, the whole at thing, but you know, I think StreamYard's kind of goofballed lately. Are you guys tired of looking at the same jig? We can just tie some greens in. Let's tie some greens. Naomi, put her back out, please. I don't know if she just wants my attention, or she wants out, or she wants food, or what. She's like, she's pointing at mom. I think maybe she just wants some attention. That's funny. I don't know if she knows what she wants, dear. She may just want my attention. But you know how if you ignore a dog, sometimes they want your attention really bad. There's Kansas Chad, another Wichita feller. Yeah, everybody, if you guys didn't get your packages, I have everything mailed out. So, except for the winnings from today. So, if you didn't get your packages, they should be there uh, today, tomorrow, or Monday. I think I got one that says it won't be there until Monday. I've been trying to. Oh, I don't know why I was grabbing a gray feather when I said I was going to do. I'm doing a different color here. Just so y'all ain't looking at the same feathers, we're going to do some different colors here. We'll do some green sour truce. And if you guys do order jigs, make sure you. I mean, if you tell me that you want sour truce and you don't say yellow or green, this is what you're going to get: is green sour truce. Because to me, this is sour truce, and then there's so like here's the difference. So you got green sour truce. Get off of there. So green sour truce, yellow sour truce. So basically green or yellow. And then I have actual yellow as well, but I don't like it as much as the yellow sour truce. It looks better to me. And we all know that most jigs are for people's eyes, not fish's eyes. Now, this style of jig is what I'm calling my double X heavy wire jig or pro jig, and you'll have to be specific. If you want sickle hook jigs, I'm still doing sickle hook jigs as well. They're just a little longer, a little bulkier. Um, I all my marabou is uh, going to be. I did tie those pink marabou jigs, like white I had white marabou, pink body, pink head. I tied those up this last week, and I posted them on my Facebook. Those were for the cancer awareness for October, breast cancer awareness thing. Um, and those have been sent out, so they should be getting there to Miss Amanda, to be given away on the Castaway Cruise page. So I sent out 48 of those, I believe, and then also sent the blue head, black body, red tailed ones, which don't have a name. Just that's what Bob liked that color, and that's what we did last week on the show. So I tied up 72 of those, 6 dozen, and sent them out. And Miss Amanda will be getting those as well to give away on the Castaway Crew. Bob paid for them, so I appreciate that, Bob. I got the jigs you sent me. Thank you. Right on. Yeah, Kansas Chad, they probably got you pretty quick, being that they're just going to Wichita. Has a little long body. I think I rolled it back a little bit. All right, I'm gonna put up that other giveaway. So get ready for that, and this will be the rod holder and another dozen jigs. So this is my big giveaway for the Halloween. Let me get up there and walk. Get back on the pool. Hashtag. I'll make you earn it this time. There you go. Can't see. No use in being up there. Chrissy, I was in my deer stand and a fog set in the right during sunset. Yeah. Couldn't see 5 feet in front of you. Yeah, that's pretty dense fog there. Yeah, when it gets that foggy, I mean, it's kind of difficult being, out there and trying to warrant, I mean, if you're going to get them deer to really come in close, kind of a different story, but it's bow season here, been bow season for a month, over a month. But my son, he's finishing up paramedic school, and he will be done this week, I believe. And then he's got his, then he'll have his test. So y'all keep him in y'all's prayers. Hopefully he does. I mean, he's worked real hard at this, so he's been. Uh, he wants to do firefighter, of course, but his where he works at, they said that he needed the paramedic, and so he went and got that, and doing a great job. Proud of my boy. Throwing it on the ground, or on my lap anyway. Yeah, I'm going to have to like make some pictures and uh, post them, like make up a flyer or something and post it about like I'm going to have. So I've been all over the place lately on colors of jigs and what to do and stuff, but I want to have 12 main colors. So like you can just tell me, hey, I want, like David Wade said earlier, I want gray ghost, and then you'll get the gray jigs I was just tying, and then we can. Uh, I think I was calling this one Sublime, and that kind of stuff. So I want to have, like I said, you know, steady 12 different colors. Now, if you want custom stuff, that's fine. You just get a hold of me and give me like head color, body color, tail color, and we can go from there. Tell me if you want marabou or hackle, or you want sickle hook, or you want these mustad double X heavy wire hook, that kind of stuff. And we'll get you taken care of. For the most part, I am caught up right now, so it won't take. And still got to give me a week or so to get them out. I would say 2 weeks is probably the best bet. There is a lot of tying involved, and if too many people get orders in, it just takes me a minute to get them out. I did. Hey, oh yeah, I did get the powder coating equipment. So I'm going to start powder coating the rod holders. I got to learn how to do the process first. So I got to build a jig so I can put them. Build a jig to hold the rod holders so I can bake them off in the oven. And I went through Eastwood. They're not sponsored me by any means, but they are a good company that I like. So Eastwood Automotive Group. I went through them just because their machine got. I had it had the best reviews for what it was, and it was on sale. That helped a lot that it was on sale. Hey, Shirley T. But yeah, but I got it. But also I got their powder coat. So I just got safety orange. So I hope that looks good. It'll be a little different color than the gloss orange that I've been spray painting them. And but I want to make them very durable and all that. So uh, I am going to start powder coating them. I got a learning curve that I got to do. I'll figure it out. Once I get it figured out, then we will get them where they're all powder coated from that point on. The price on my rod holders is $25 right now. Um, that might change uh, depending on a few things. So steel is going up a little bit, and just there's things involved in there. Depends on how much it's going to be on the powder coating. What my cost will be and stuff like that. But I think that $25 to $28 is where we'll be, and we, like I said, we might go up from there. The uh, that's cheaper than other rod holders that are of that stoutness. I guess I don't know how else to say it because I think mine. I don't want to be boastful, but I still think my rod holders are stronger than anybody else's, and a higher quality, more advantages to uh, positions and stuff. So I must be doing something right because uh, some of the others are starting to kind of like try to do things to emulate mine. So, but God says that we shouldn't be too proud. Um, you know, I mean, I don't want to be, like I said, I don't want to be too boastful, but I do believe in my product. I do back my product. My product has lifetime guarantee on the weld. If a weld ever would fail, I would be surprised for one thing because of the way I weld them and as much ampage as I'm putting to them. They're not like the other ones that we've seen plenty of breaks on the other rod holders. So, but if a weld should ever fail, I will send you out another one. Now, if you've got it where you're pulling it with your truck to try to prove a point and do it, do some damage to it with like that way. I mean, we'll be able to tell, but I won't. I won't warranty it then. But if it ever breaks from a fish or something like that, then we'll definitely warranty it out. As long as and it's a lifetime guarantee. As long as I'm alive, it's guaranteed. Mom and son train. How are you doing? All right, get your hashtags in there, people. We're going to do this big drawing. So this will be for a rod holder and a dozen jigs. Now the rod holder will be orange. That's the only color I'm doing right now. I got some other colors, but those are saved for a sale, a trade show, which I haven't decided if I'm going to yet or not. But color ones are an extra charge, so they're $2 more for colors. Hey, J Dog in the house. So if y'all want a rod holder, like I said, hurry up, get your hashtag in there because we are going to be pushing the button here in a minute. Get this other jig set up. You got to put hashtag, I believe, J Dog. Yep. See, Rod's telling you hashtag. Ellie, you're nuts. No, sit, stay. Calm your stuff down. No, I don't want to pet you right now. I'm busy. Did you feed her? She just wants attention then. She's like, I see a bird out there on the fire line. Come and shoot it. Can't do that in town, girl. I ain't got my hunt license anyways. I couldn't do it anyhow. I haven't got my hunt license in probably 15 years, I think. Yeah, 15 years is how long I've been in a chair. So I haven't hunted for 15 years. I just keep sending my son out. I just feel like it's cheating going out there and like I can, since I have a handicap tag, I could go out there and shoot from my vehicle, but I don't like that idea. I want to. I was always a bow hunter. I only shot one deer or maybe two deer with a gun, and you know, I just I was always about the archery hunting, up close and personal, and that whole thing's a little bit long, but we'll go with it. I used to tell my kids back in the day that rifle hunting was cheating. Then when they started to allow crossbows, I really was like, that's really cheating. I see the point. Some people need to use it, but misplaced country girl, Matt, want to be outdoors. How y'all doing? Get your hashtag in there. That hashtag is key to the giveaway. So we're doing a rod holder and a dozen jigs. As soon as I finish this one, we're going to pull the trigger. Don't forget, like I said, Sunflower State Crappie Club. go find them on Facebook and follow them and give them a like, a love, a share. You know, we get that club going real good this year. Go to If you're in Wichita, like I said, take your grandkids, your kids to Bass Pro tomorrow. They'll be having Santa Claus there and having some sales going. And they got the kayak I want, like $600 right now. It's tempting, but I just don't have the money. Got some more medical bills they got to pay. Mama's going to have medical bills coming up. We're going to have to take care of with her breast cancer stuff, and it's just going to be a fun time. My also my excise tax for the jigs and fishing equipment, the rod holders and weights and stuff comes out of my checking account today, so that's going to be a big ouch. It's crazy to think that we have to pay 10% excise tax on all the jigs you make, all the fishing jigs, all the rubber plastic jigs you make, anything involved in fishing. If you make it and sell it, you got to pay 10% excise tax on that 720 tax. Um, and then I got to pay 9% sales tax on top of that. So basically 19 cents on every dollar that I make goes to either the state or the feds. So it's just part of it, but hopefully we'll that that tariff will go away. That excise tax will go away because the man in charge says that he wants to get rid of stuff on small businesses, and that'd be a good place to start. So if I sell a jig for $2, um, basically 38 cents of that is going to the feds and the state. I don't even get it. Y'all think that jigs are expensive. Well, that's why they're expensive. And you think my jigs are expensive? Go and look at some of these other guys are charging $4 a jig just for one jig. I feel like I'm ripping people off if I at charging two. Now my sickle hook marabou jigs, they're only a buck and a half. So what did I do with those? It was hiding from me. With pennies not being done anymore, watch for local deals. Grocery stores, we're having double your penny gift card. That's pretty cool. So no grocery tax, but excise tax for all of those that make and sell. Yep, no grocery tax in Kansas no more. After the first of the year, the grocery tax has gone away, but they still want that. They still got to pay 10%. I mean, of course, the grocery tax is a state tax, but the we have 9% sales tax on jigs that are sold in the state. When I send them out of the state, that's all up to you to pay the taxes on that. But yeah, so we got to pay. I pay 9 cents sales tax, then 10 cent uh, excise 720 excise tax on every jig I make. People just don't realize that, but that's how it is. On a rod holder, I'm giving the feds $2.50. So, and then there again, the sales tax is the 18, like 24 cents, 23 cents, something like that. Um, actually $2 and something. Yeah, my math in my head real quick. I went wrong way. So you're $2 plus for sales tax. So and then it cost me X amount to make the rod holders. So you're yeah. Yeah, I'm not making very much off the rod holders. So let me tell you, not for the work that I'm doing. I worked my butt off trying to do that stuff for y'all, and it just is what it is. Probably. Yeah. Well, we have 40 some million people in the United States on uh, Snap, and we're not one of them. I mean, I wouldn't take it anyways. We uh, we got me and Mom and Gregory and Matt, and we spend about $500 or $600 a month on groceries, but we don't eat out. And if we do eat out, it's once a month, and we'll stop and get a bag of burgers at Brahms, which is like $7 for 5 hamburgers, and we don't get no cheese on it. We bring them home, or I go to a place in Hutchinson, which I really like. It's called Fiesta Grande. They've been in business 50 years. So, but let's this going. This is your last chance to get your hashtag in. I'm jumping over to that screen, and we're going to draw in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Let's see who wins the rod holder and a dozen jigs. Deborah! Woohoo! All right. The rod holder winner is Deborah. Deborah, like I said, I had they're orange. If you want a different color or something, I think I do have a couple pink ones. I said I wasn't gonna. Yeah, for I mean, I gave you the choice, orange or pink. You just got to email me at doublehookanGling@gmail or message me on Facebook if we have you on Facebook, which I think we do. So, but congratulations, Deborah. You get a rod holder and a dozen jigs. So, as you can tell, Gregory's home. So, y'all know what time that is. Let's get rid of this. All right. I'm ready for you, Gregory. Y'all know what time it is. It's what you got, Gregory time. He's got dogs trying to get his stuff. Rosie putting. Look at Rosie. He's like, and then Ellie's back there. Sit. Behave yourself. All right. Show him what you got, Gregory. Rosie's like, it's a snake. Let me kill it. It's a cobra at that. So it's a cobra. That's pretty cool. All right, go. Let her go so she'll leave you alone. Don't show me. Show them. Got you another hat. How much you pay for that one? There you go. $2. How many hats you need? You got like 5 or 6 of them, don't you? Got you a couple A&W ones, are they? Oh, no, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. You know, if you would talk, this would make it easier. '56 Chevy. 55. I don't know what year that is. Doesn't say. Any of y'all know what year Chevy that is? I'm assuming 55. The way the grill and stuff is. And then got you some winter salt. What brand is that? Mossy Oak. Boy, you got a pretty good thrift store finds this week. Yep. And a pink monkey. That's a breast cancer awareness monkey. So are you done? Yep, he's running away. Where you going, Greg? You gonna say goodbye to everybody? There you go. Little smarty. Eh, Tim had like 40 eyes on you. 56 is what Rod says. I think when they make toys, they kind of, they're a little obscure sometimes. You just don't know. So, but we're gonna tie this last jig, and then jump off of here. Got to go to Wichita today. Go hit Sam's and uh, uh, Bass Bass Pro. I keep wanting to say Cabela's, but it's Bass Pro now. So, I thought it was funny that they were talking. I'm going to get a little bit on this. I'm going to get a little bit on this whole uh, food stamp thing. So, with 42 million people on food stamps, they were talking about like the average person that does not receive food stamps but is low income to where they're just over the level. They weigh like 180 pounds, 160 pounds on average. The average person that receives food stamps weighs 211 pounds, is what they were saying. So, being without food stamps for a little bit, I mean, they're going to be, kind of grouchy and what have you, but, it is what it is. So don't take me the wrong way. I wouldn't take them if we did qualify for them, but I don't think we qualify for them. I think we make just a little bit too much money. Um, but I mean, if you need them, fine. But if you weigh 450 pounds and you're on food stamps, maybe you need to question what you're doing. But also, if you watch these people when they're buying the food, and stuff, they're getting like we was in this grocery store and this lady was buying lobster and shrimp and all kinds of stuff, and I was like, really? We got food stamps back in the day when the kids were little. We actually did need it at that time, and I did get food stamps, but we we just went and bought flour and wheat. I mean, flour and corn and stuff like that. Cornmeal and beans and things that we needed to make food. We didn't buy already prepackaged, full of chemicals and all that stuff. So maybe this will be a lesson to some of these people. And like I said, I don't mean to get political on it, but and I know that food stamps these days is a political issue. So and most of the people on there could go a month without some, and it probably wouldn't hurt nothing but their feelings. But like I said, I don't mean. I mean, yeah, this lady was on there. She was 400 pounds, and she said she was going to go steal the food now and stuff like that. So I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. Tim says, I work in a grocery store. Don't get me started. Oh, that's fine. I mean, I know, Tim. I just the fact that you can buy energy drinks and all that other stuff, soda pop and all that other stuff on there, they just need to get rid of that. You should only be able to buy healthy food on food stamps. You should not be able to buy all the junk. You know, I mean, if you're going to make junk, then, like cookies and things like that, okay, fine. You can get some, the bulk candies and stuff in the bacon aisle and thing. I'm good with that. But if you're going buying all kinds of ding dongs and ho hos and, Oreos and Twinkies and lobster and all that kind of stuff, I mean, how's that fair? You know, it just, it gets under my skin. But anyways, like I said, I'll quit talking about all that. I told Naomi she's gonna go shopping tomorrow or Monday, and I said, "Well, you'll have the boys with you, so ain't nobody gonna try to steal your groceries." Gregory, give them a what for? So, anyways, I appreciate all of our winners. Let's see what Kansas said. I get food. That's a little bit. Yeah, see, and that's what you're supposed to do, Kansas Chad. I do. I mean, dog and I, yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with getting a little help. Don't get me wrong. If you need it, then that's what it's there for. But it's the people that get it and sell it or go and buy just a bunch of junk and stuff and all that I have a problem with. You know, like I said, we took food stamps back in the day, and some people just need it. We needed it at that time. We were on it a couple years. When the kids were little and stuff. It's supposed to be a helping hand. You know, not a give out. Things like that. So, um, it you just got to be wise with it. And they do give out enough sometimes that, if you bought stuff properly and things, you would have enough, to go for a while. So, I do understand that there's mixed emotions about it and things like that. Like I said, don't get me wrong. If you need it, then fine. But if you're able to, if you've got like a big car payment and you're driving a new car, stuff like that, and you're getting food stamps. Well, maybe you should have thought about buying an older car. There's plenty of older cars out there from the early 2000s that are still $3,000 to $5,000, run great, will last you forever. But everybody's got this mindset that they need a brand new car. What'd you do? Find the year? Oh, it says 1955 Chevy on it, right there on the front. Right there, it says 1955 Chevy. So Gregory come running to show me. But that's what it was meant to be for. It was to help you out when you needed the help. It wasn't for people to be on for 25 years and all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, I didn't mean to get political. I didn't mean to start some stuff, but that's just kind of how I am. So, with that being said, I got things I got to go do. I got to go to town, got to go to Sam's, got to go Bass Pro Shop. Got some stuff to do. So, me and Gregory are going to get ready. Plus, I got to go potty. So, anyways, y'all be blessed. Y'all go do something, go tie something, go be something. Just do what you can. We'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Bye. Rosie's licking my elbow.